I had never seen such an incredible woman. Just because her family forced her to go on blind dates, she chose instead to head deep into the primitive forest alone. There, she transformed a bare stone cave with her own hands into a warm. Years of wilderness living had made her so agile that even slippery mountain paths felt like flat ground beneath her feet. Before long, she discovered a natural cave formed between two giant boulders, hidden behind a bamboo grove. Seeing such a perfect location, she immediately decided to upgrade it. Every day, she carefully polished her tools, and with swift efficiency, she conquered every obstacle in her way. In an instant, the cave became open and spacious. But she, ever meticulous, wasn't satisfied yet. She cleared the weeds from the ceiling as well, knowing there might be moving protein hiding inside. Only after finishing the deep cleaning did she take out her ancestral Loyang shovel and start digging the soil at the base to expand the living space. The cave grew significantly larger. Though she was a young woman, the strength with which she lifted thick bamboo poles would make many men feel ashamed. She worked without even breaking a sweat. Once all the preparations were complete, she could finally begin building the shelter. First, she measured the dimensions with her wild ruler, then gathered materials of the appropriate length. Judging from the tools at her waist and the skill in her hands, she cut slots into the top beams. Then she used the Loyang shovel to precisely mark the positions, allowing her to anchor the pillars firmly into the ground. And also she constructed the frame of the doorway. Because the cave ceiling had large gaps, she covered it with logs. As the saying goes, the hammer conquers the nail conquers the wood. Everything restrains and supports something else. So when facing difficulties, never give up. She gathered small stones from the creekside to use as substitute bricks. In the wild, you must make the most of every resource. After cutting the bamboo, she used it to collect fresh water from the creek and poured it into dry soil, mixing it into a strong, adhesive clay. To avoid being discovered by passing bears, she collected fresh moss and spread it over the still wet clay. This not only helped her shelter blend naturally with the surrounding boulders, she decided to widen the space in front of the entrance. She first laid a foundation of stones, then covered it with soil to level it. To improve comfort, she split bamboo poles in half and laid them across the shelter floor. Finally, she needed to craft a door. With incredible speed, she sliced open bamboo with her knife. If my thumb hadn't been injured, I might have worked just as fast. After a long day of hard work, her body desperately needed some calories. She lit a fire at the entrance and took out the meat she had prepared earlier. Although outdoor cooking has its limitations, when the meat was perfectly charred on the outside and tender inside. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please rate this video and leave your score.